I'm like, Lord, like you're so like he's so, the Lord is so awesome.
All right, so in James chapter 1, verse 2, it says this: "Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops what? Perseverance, right? Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. If any of you lacks wisdom, he should what? You got to ask God for it. You don't ask man for it. You ask God for it. Who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to him. But when he asks, he must believe and what? And not doubt. And not doubt. Because he who doubts, it's like a wave of the sea blown and tossed by the wind." Isn't that true? Mm-hmm. When you start doubting, you're just like a wave in the sea. I mean, go out a little bit deep into when you go to, if those of you who've been to the ocean here and the waves are a little bit high, doesn't the wave just hit you? It's so true that when we doubt, we're blown to and fro, just like the ocean waves, you know? Because we really don't know where we're going, what we're doing. And so verse 7 says, "That man should not think he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all that he does." So that means what? If I doubt, then I'm tossed to and from, right? But yet at the same time, he's saying here that I'm unstable. That means I'm not on solid ground. I could be tossed to and fro. So, you know, it's like you hear something, you get excited about it, but is God telling you to go and do that thing? Maybe not, right? But you just get excited about it, right? You know, or maybe, we doubt God so many times. You know, I know that Job doubted God in the beginning, you know, but it was wrong of him to doubt God. Why? Because Jesus said that we shouldn't doubt him. We should believe. If we believe that Jesus is the Son of God, if we believe that Christ died for us, okay, and we can't even see him, okay? You can't see him. You see him right now? No. But we know his presence is here. He said he'll never leave us nor forsake us, that he sticks closer than a brother, right? He said that he died for you. He shed his blood on the cross for you. Were you there at the cross when he died? No. But I have faith enough to trust and believe that he died for me. He died for my sins. I know that my God is real because of the things that he's done in my life. It's not a fairy tale. It's not, you know, it's not a story that I'm making up. You know, it's something that's real in my life because I've seen the changes in not only in my life, in my wife's life, in our family's life, in other people's lives, but that God is real. And for us to doubt God in times of trouble, which is when we doubt God because we don't get our own way, so to speak, right? When you want something, you know, come on, like a kid, you know, when I wanted that skateboard, no, sorry, it wasn't a skateboard. When I wanted those roller skates, I wanted those roller skates, okay? And I made my parents get in a car in the middle of a storm and take the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway over to Brooklyn to get my skates in a snowstorm, you know, and all of a sudden we're doing crazy flips on the highway and we just turn back because we almost got hit by a truck. Because I wanted my roller skates now. Isn't that how we are? Lord, if you don't give me this now, I start doubting God. Why? Because you didn't get what you wanted. When you don't get what you want, you act like a little baby. I do. I'll be honest. I do. Right, Barbie? I act like a little child. And don't we all? And then you start doubting God because things don't go the way we thought they would go. You know, why can't I have kids? Well, because God doesn't want you to have kids right now. We didn't realize that. Did we realize that? No, we were like, I remember like, how could the prostitute have a child? And we can't have a child. We're serving you, Lord. She's not even married. She's having a kid. We're married. We did the right thing. We can't have no kids. And all that stuff goes through your mind. Why? Why? And then you start pointing your finger at other people. And God is like, why are you doubting me? We're just like Thomas. Why are you doubting me? Can't you see everything that I've done for you? And yet we skip all those things, the pictures that you look at. We skip all those pictures of all the wonderful things that God has done for us, and we just look at what's now. Because your life is all messed up, because things don't go the way you want to, because you plan to get married at a certain time and your clock is running out. Who says that? Like who comes up with this craziness? I'll tell you who does. The world. The Bible says that I'm not of this world. I'm just passing by. And if I believe that, then I don't really care what the world thinks of me. And I'm not going to be dictated by the world. It's the same thing when they ask, oh, how do you advertise for your barbershop, your salon, right? I don't advertise. The Lord advertises for me. People don't understand that. Oh, you need to advertise. You need to spend money on advertisement. But that's the way the world thinks of it, But I don't live in this world. I'm not of this world. And people don't understand when we talk about the things of God or the way God operates and the way he does things. People don't understand that. So why am I going to go to a worldly person or a wishy-washy Christian or somebody who says he's a Christian, and all of a sudden I'm being drawn down like they are to the level where why are you serving God for? And we start doubting God and doubting the things that God can do in our lives. So I don't want to be like this Christian who's being tossed to and fro in the ocean by the waves. And I don't want to be like Job. I don't want to doubt God. I want to have faith in my God. Because if he's brought me out of all these things, then he's going to take me through everything else that I got to go through in my life. Because if I don't go through those things, then I can't grow in my life. We need growth. We need to grow. When you tell your child, don't touch the fire because it's hot, guess what? They're going to touch the fire anyway. Don't open the drawer. Yeah, Jerry, he's waving his hand. Don't open the drawers. Don't open the drawers. You got to put kid safety things on the drawers because they're going to open the drawers, right? Don't put that in your mouth. They put it in their mouth anyway. So we're the same way. We don't listen to God. We just do whatever we want to do because we want to get our way, And it's not always like that. We have to step back and say, Lord, what are you doing right now? And where are you taking me? Because I do not want to be like this, okay? I don't want to be a double-minded man, and I don't want to be unstable, okay? I want to be stable, okay? I want to be grounded, okay? Matthew 21, verse 18. Mateo 21:18. Matthew 21:18. Sometimes, okay, how many of you, God has not spoken to you in the last 2 or 3 days? Like, hi, my daughter, or my son. How many of you, God has not spoken to you in an audible voice in the last few days? Come on, be honest. All right. How many of you, God has spoken to you in the last few days? This is Donna? Okay. Now, if God hasn't spoken to you audibly in the last few days or last few weeks, it doesn't mean anything. Because God is always speaking. How do I know that he's always speaking? Because when I read his word, he's always speaking. So I don't have to be listening to an audible voice. My son, you should go down 135th Street, make a right, go to Starbucks. There will be a person sitting there. And that person, you will buy him coffee. And when you buy him coffee, no. I just need to be led by the Spirit. Knowing that God is with me. He said he never leave me nor forsake me, right? That means he's always with you. So if God's not speaking, then I could read his word, and God is always speaking. Early in the morning, as he was on his way back to the city, this is Jesus, he was hungry. Seeing a fig tree by the road, he went up to it, but found nothing on it except what? Leaves. Then he said to it, may you never bear fruit again. Immediately the tree withered, right? That's it, it was over for that tree. When the disciples saw this, they were amazed. How did the fig tree wither so quickly, they asked. Over and over, we're in chapter 21 here. How many miracles, guys, did you see? Huh? You've been walking with me all this time, probably like 3 years now. You see me perform one miracle after another, after another, after another, and yet still you're shocked by the fact that I told this fig tree to, I cursed it and it died on the spot. But aren't we the same way? And we doubt? They doubt it. Like, look at this man. How does he do this? How does this happen? Are you like blind? Are you like, come on. If you were walking with Christ right now, he's here in the physical, okay? You're walking in the mall and he's healing people left and right, okay? And things are just happening and all of a sudden, he's feeding the whole mall. Because there's not enough food, but he feeds the whole mall. Everybody's got, isn't that like enough for you to believe and not ever doubt that God would do what he said he would do? And he's like, verse 20, when the disciples saw it, they were amazed. How could you be amazed when you already been amazed at everything else he's done? So how did the fig tree so quickly wither, they asked. And Jesus replied, I tell you the truth. If you have faith and do not doubt, if you what? If you have faith and do not doubt. Not only can you do what was done to the fig tree, what? He's talking to the disciples. He says, listen, he said, not only can you do what was done to this fig tree, but also you can say to this mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, and it what? And it will be done. If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer. But why don't we receive? Because we don't believe. Because we have doubt. We have to check our hearts. Seriously check our hearts. Even my own heart. Because am I asking because it's what I want right now? Or am I asking because it's going to further the kingdom of God? Is it to glorify the Lord? Or is it to glorify me? Is it to get what I want? Me, myself, and I. It's not all about me, myself, and I. It's not about me. It's about serving him and him alone.